And this is the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Cinematic Universe Ant-Man. The figure is part of the Ant-Man Marvel Legends series of figures featuring Ultron as the Build-A-Figure in the wave. And just a quick look at the packaging. Let me show you off-site here. There you go. Rest of the assortment that you need to build the Cinematic Universe Ultron, which I'll get to in another review. So, here he is. I'm going to put Steve Rogers beside so you can see a comparison. Wait, let me just stand him up, obviously. So, one of the figures I was really looking forward to getting with this particular set of figures or wave of figures from Marvel Legends, and I hate to say it, but it turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. I really wanted to prove a lot of the collectors and reviewers saying that this was a crappy figure, it's a very weak figure, but could have been great. But sadly, there are some issues with it, which I will get to in a while. Oh, come on, stand up, Scott. What's he doing? Okay, he stand up. All right, put him there. So there he is with the stealth suit Captain America. Now all we need is Falcon in this scale. Man, Hasbro, you gotta make us a Falcon. Definitely need a Falcon. Cinematic Universe Falcon. So the figure comes with, what is wrong with the lighting? Figure comes with a piece of the Ultron Build-A-Figure set. You get the head. It doesn't do anything. It's just a basic head sculpt. We'll get to that when I review Ultron. He also comes with several accessories, namely the Anthony Ant. Obviously not in scale with this figure because the ant would have been just this small. But this is a nice display piece or a play piece for kids. But just be careful because the Ant-Man figure is super tiny. I mean, great detail on this figure. Let me see if I can focus on it. Some sculpting detail and paint apps detail, but it is darn small. Half an inch tall, I think. And you put him on the thorax and he can ride Anthony. So very nice. What's wrong with the lighting? Alright, and then you get Yellow Jacket. This particular Yellow Jacket I think is, well, the suit seems to be accurate, but these tendrils, these things are inaccurate. And if you watch the movie, if you haven't, watch another one of my reviews, but if you have, you'll know that these things are supposed to be on top like this, and they act like mega laser blasters. I mean, not like stabbing weapons like that. And just looking at this Yellow Jacket and him, I have this feeling that Hasbro made earlier designs of the figure. They were given test shots, sample I don't know, images of what Ant-Man or Yellow Jacket would be, and they just used their own creativity and came up with figures. By the time the final images and the final renders of both Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket were done, I think it was already too late to change the figures, and that's why we have this. And moving on to the Ant-Man figure, as you can clearly see, it's not movie accurate, particularly the head sculpt. And this is the main contention with this figure. And when I saw it in packaging, oh God, it looks great. Then I saw the movie, and then I looked at him again, and I said, hey, what's wrong with this? And you can see this piece should not just be a chin strap. It should cover up his entire lower face, act like his breathing apparatus and his microphone, whatever. Because I think Hasbro decided to turn the movie images and turned it into what it would look like had they translated the comic book version of Ant-Man directly into movie version. And this would look like, because in the comic books, Ant-Man's lower face was exposed, and I think that's what happened. And they failed to see the final renders. And then when they saw it, they said, it's too late to change the head sculpt. And yeah. Another contention I have is the eyes. It should have been red or pink or light red, not orange. I don't know what's the deal with Hasbro. And again, my theory with that, it gives more credence to my idea that I think Hasbro just saw initial images when they made the figures, and then when they sculpted it and they finally made it, it was too late. Anyway, paint apps are okay. There is some bleeding of silver and red in some bits and pieces here and there. There is actual weathering on the silver bit, so if you don't like that, try to get one like what I did. I got the one with the least brush strokes and whatnot. But there are some minimal bleeding of silver and red on the chest and some areas, but that's okay, forgivable. Articulation's got a ball jointed neck on a hinge. Ratcheting ab crunch, waist swivel, ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, ball hinge wrist, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ball hinge ankles. I wish they would have given him some calf swivels so he could do that crouching pose a little bit better. But sadly, this figure, I had high hopes for it, and I hate to say it, I'll have to give it a grade of an 8 out of 10, and that head sculpt can be a deal breaker for many collectors. And I'm sorry, Hasbro, you could have done something better with this one, but sadly that's what we get. Marvel Legends Ant-Man. Thanks for watching.